just 2 hours. And old again. Oh, what a tremendous shot. Marvellous stroke there from Kim Hughes. An enormous six. Straight down the wicket. And what a wonderful way to go to a 50. Really, it's been a joy to watch this young Kim Hughes playing cricket here this year.
And this really is a magnificent shot. Look at the way he moves his feet and strikes right through there, head down. Beautiful stroke.
2 sixes and 6 fours in Kim Hughes' 50. Come off on his 68 balls. And much quicker time than his skipper, just an hour and a half for his 50. And he's after Chris Hole now. Swung that through mid-wicket for 4. Little biff bang stuff here now from Australia. Hold again to Hughes. His eye once again on that shorter leg side boundary. Already popped a couple of earlier sixes over there. And he's bowling. Chopper goes, bowled by Chris Hole for 59. Trying something out of the ordinary, sort of shot that he wouldn't dream of playing under normal circumstances. And the leg stump goes back. So Chris Hole has taken all the wickets that have gone down. 3 for him now. And Australia 139 for 3.
And here, Greg Chappell trying to run this down past David Bairstow. Just gets the bottom edge and drags it back in. But yet another gorgeous innings from the Australian captain. And applause there from his opponents, and very well deserved too.
Border away in confident style, lovely cover drive. But Athey covering that boundary. Keeps them down to 1. Confident shout going up from Bairstow. Hughes pushing this again in the direction of Gower.
And a magnificent piece of fielding there by David Gower. Very, very close indeed.
Hughes on 64. Really has powered some glorious shots here this morning. And all bowlers coming alike to Kim Hughes. Simply just gone from strength to strength on this tour.
Another brilliant piece of footwork, beautifully timed. And although there are a lot of people on the boundary, there was no chance of anyone catching it.
Hendrick now to border. He too down the wicket, cracked one over the top. And he's gone for 6. Oh, that really was a big blow. Oh, look at the big smile all over his face. Gone up to Hughesy and said, look, you're not the only one. What about that? Both of them again to border. It's through this time. It's through all the way through for 4. Well, he raced again through extra cover.
Matches for Kim Hughes. That average now up over 41. It started this test at about 35. It's a really top-class test match. Kim Hughes making 117 and now 79 not out. 185 for 3. Great shot. Botham and Old all tried to keep the scoring down today, but against that timing and precision, it's very difficult. He's into the 80s, 84, Kim Hughes. That's out. And I would say that it is absolutely plumb, and that's bad luck for Kim Hughes. He was on his way to a century in each innings at Lord's, and now comes the declaration from Greg Chappell. Difficult decision for Chappell there, because he would have wanted to give Hughes the opportunity of making 100 in each innings in a test match on this ground, and at the same time he wouldn't want to destroy the possibility of a great finish and the chance of his own side winning the Centenary Test. Kim Hughes, 2 wonderful performances here at Lord's, 117 in the first innings and now 84 in the second, lead before we get to Ian Botham. Standing ovation, and well might there have been. I would think that this may well have clipped the back foot, and absolutely plumb it was. But what a marvellous innings, 84 to follow on that century in the first innings for Kim Hughes. This is a match he'll never forget, and the same applies to Graham Wood, although he missed out there, making 8 in the second innings following his century. Today, Greg Chappell, 59, and Alan Border, a very brisk 21, some lovely strokes in that 21, and a good partnership with Hughes. The successful bowlers, Chris Old and Ian Botham. I thought Old bowled splendidly. The Australians were throwing the bat at everything out there and playing some magnificent strokes, and Old finished up with 20 overs, 6 maidens, and 3 for 47. A very, very fine effort from a chap who has consistently shown himself over the years to be a very fine bowler. The England second innings, here's the first ball now. That great fast bowler, Dennis Lilly, is coming in from the pavilion end. Graham Gooch is taking strike, and with me in the commentary box is Mike Smith. And there's a good start. As could be seen from the lack of life in the pitch for the England bowlers, it'll be no easy task for the Australians here. Yallop. No bother there. Graham Gooch, it's a very attacking field, so the open areas are there. That was a fine stroke. And that'll run away down to the boundary as well. Well, you wouldn't say that either of those were bad deliveries. Pascoe going for the swing.
Not quite a full half volley in either case, but Graham Gooch has stood his ground, let the ball come to him. And he uses this big heavy bat, and he's timed it beautifully.
And again, it's another good shot from the Graham Gooch, turned nicely off his legs. Ray Bright giving chase, just about to pull it up inside the ropes, and they go through for 3. So Boy got away. A couple of quite comfortable runs here for him. Certainly got a bit of lift and life there. Boycott doing extremely well to keep it down. Haven't seen too many in this match lift off short of a length like that. Belly to Gooch. And that's LBW, no question at all about it. And Lily's gone mad out there. Racing around, punching the sky. And this great bowler struck again. Struck the vital blow, the early one, and Graham Gooch, who got away to such a tremendous start. Looking in great form, out for 16. England 19 for 1.
And a very good fast bowler's wicket again. He's got him on the back foot with the short ball. And he's pitched one up a little bit further and got Graham Gooch playing back. And he's nipped it back into him and beaten him for pace.
Accelerating up to the point of delivery, thumping it in. And the applause which he's become so used to in recent years. Held in that early breakthrough. 3 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 3 for DK Lilly. Well, Pascoe's going to switch the attack now and come around the wicket. The sight screens down at the nursery end being adjusted to accommodate this new angle. And it's got away through that cordon of close catches for 4 runs. Change as you would expect. It's Lilly again. And cries of horror again there. That only just away from third slip, races away for 4 runs. And back marches Lilly.
Not quite over it. Very close to getting out.
Not so much of milestones for Boycott. He's gone on to 11 now. That means that he's just pipped Don Bradman. That's in runs in tests. Just gone 1 ahead of Don Bradman, 6,996. And the only other surprising thing about Jeff Boycott is here we are in September and he hasn't yet completed 1,000 runs this season in first-class cricket. There's a few more towards it there. Pushed away very nicely off the back foot. Graham Yallop, the fielder, and they're not going to take any chances. So another little milestone reached. Coming up here, 2 and over. 13 runs he's got now, and that's exactly the number of runs he required to become the 4th player to score 7,000 runs in test matches. He joins an illustrious trio there of Sir Gary Sobers, Colin Cowdrey and Walter Hammond. Well, the first change sees Ray Bright coming on. One would think at the moment is it's not an easy task for Greg Chappell here today because he's got a limited amount of bowling. He's got to shuffle them around. One would think that he'd like to keep Lilly going for another couple of hours, then bring Pascoe back on at this pavilion end and have Bright to do a job for at least until lunchtime now down at the nursery end. 31 for 1, Bright to Athy. There's a nice full toss, which you'd be sorry didn't make better use of to get off the mark. Pascoe, the fielder, up mid-on. And Dennis Lilly got to change of scenery. He's gone from one end of this great ground to the other. My word, that was a quick one. That took Boyks completely by surprise. Really dug it in. away, 4 runs. Nobody's going to stop that.
And what a marvellous temperament Jeff has got. He's just been rocked on his heels, and then the next ball he treats exactly on its merits and gets 4 from it, whereas someone else may have been disturbed by that very vicious bouncer that he got.
I was saying a while ago, Mike, that he hadn't got 1,000 runs this season. Well, he has now. That was his 1,000th run for the 18th consecutive season. And a no-ball bouncer again. And this time, Mr. Bird is on his way to consult with Mr. Constant about the number of bouncers being bowled in this over. Have you been counting them? And so, cut it out, that's enough, says Harold. And that makes a nice change. Pity he wasn't standing at Headingley when Boycott was receiving 4-4 and over. And he's gone, back pad catch, Pascoe strikes. And poor Bill Matthews battled away there. He only made a single in 35 minutes. He didn't wait for an umpire's decision. He was quickly on his way. He knew very well he got a little edge onto the pad and caught by Laird there at short leg.
And a very fine catch. It looked as though he had plenty of time because it dollied up in the air a little bit, but he didn't. He had to come in on it.
And he's got it through the 2 gullies, no problem at all. Takes the first one quickly and almost ambles away for the second.
That's a nice piece of placement. That comes the half century for England. 51 for 2 now, and Boycott goes to 22. See Jeff Boycott play too many hook shots off Dennis Lilly, but that was a lovely stroke. That's 4 runs. This outfield has quickened up considerably as the game has gone on. .12 to go. John Arlott received a standing ovation when it was announced that he was just about to complete his final stint as a radio commentator on Test match cricket. That's 4. Very little chance of cutting off anything that's running down towards that tavern side.
That's a lovely shot for 4 runs. Always been one of Jeff Boycott's favourite shots, that square on the offside. Can't afford to bowl anything short of a length there to him.
He really is a beautiful square cutter. Look at that. Right over the top of the ball.
Shot repeated. Just a semi-stop there. 2 more to Boycott, takes him on to 49 and brings 100 up for England. 101 for 2 coming up at the end of the 28th over. That's turned away quite beautifully down to a long leg. Just the 2 runs this time for Gower. perfectly placed through the 2 mid-wickets for Jeff Boycott's 50. 2's enough for him. He goes on to 51 and completes yet another Test match half-century. 39th in all. And just 2 hours and 8 minutes for that 50. Only received 100 balls and included 6 fours. And a fine effort by Geoffrey Boycott. Swept away quite beautifully down to a deep long leg, over the ropes for 4, and 1,000 runs for the season for David Gower. Precious few cheap runs on offer here. And he's gone. Well, another risky shot there from Gower. Trying to force it away, never ever quite short enough. Mullett takes his wicket, the ball coming on. This time it's just the off bail which has been dislodged. Disappointing end to an innings which promised a great deal. And Gower goes again for 35, leaving England 124 for 3.
Now back off his long run, Dennis Lilly. And that'll be 4. Very fast. Down on that tap inside. That was a good start for Boycott. Take him on to 93.
Tossed up a little bit, down line of leg stump. But perfectly balanced.
Nice wristy flick off his legs there. Beautifully timed, nothing more than a little flick round those, brought in 4 runs. Should be an easy 2 there for Boycott. First one that's been pitched up, he's made most of it. Takes him now to within 2 runs of 100. That's it, beautifully placed, through mid-wicket for 4, and he's absolutely delighted. He's worried and threatened all the year to make 100 in the Test match. And it's come to him on his last available opportunity this season. But what a good one it's been. 102 out of 185 for 3, and there's an applause from his teammates. And it really has been a first-class performance. 228 minutes, that's all, 11 fours. And that's his 19th Test century. And it goes on to be the 119th of his career. His 6th against Australia, and his 2nd in first-class cricket this season. In fact, the first one only came in the Roses match the other day. And quite a pause whilst he raises a bat and acknowledges the great reception from this crowd.
The key question one must ask, is it out of the question to score 171 at about 6 and over with 7 wickets in hand? And I think the answer to that must be no, it's not out of the question. That's down to 167 now. And up comes the 200. 203 for 3. Their scoring has been quite brisk all the way through, admittedly against very attacking fields. But they're just fractionally below now. 71 overs have gone, 216 runs on the board. Beat the bat by a good 3 or 4 inches. And there's a good shot from Mike Gatting.
Boycott's not bothering to run. He's saving any energy he might have left. It goes straight through for 4 runs. 4 going on to Gatting's score now, making him 46. And the short one hooked away, backward of square there. And 4 runs for Mike Gatting. So he's been in quite some time for his 50. He's battled away there. Received 147 balls. And that 50 has taken 2.5 hours. That's it. Up come the stumps. It's all over. This Centenary Test match ends in a draw. With at close of play here on the final day. Boycott undefeated. The bat goes up. He's got his souvenir stump. He races in. He's got 128 to his name. His partner Gatting has got 51, and England have gone through to 244 for 3.
Valuable support there for Geoffrey Boycott from Mike Gatting, who made 51. Good half-century that, and that'll stand him in good stead in the future of his Test match career. 120 the partnership there at the close of play, and after the close, Peter West talked with the 2 captains, Greg Chappell and Ian Botham.
So everybody wandering away from this famous ground at the end of an historic occasion. How do you look back on it, Greg?
Well, considering the weather in the early part of the game, I think we did well to get as close as we did to getting a result. So all in all, I think it was a tremendous game, and one which I enjoyed playing in, and fitting of the occasion.
Yes, really, we ran out of time, didn't we, Ian?
I don't know, there was one stage where we couldn't get the clock moving fast enough, but as it turned out, after all the hard work that was done, I think it was the right result, really.
Greg, I hope you'll allow me on behalf of all cricketers to congratulate him on his appointment as skipper in the West Indies this winter.
Thank you very much.
I just wonder whether you'd like to take this opportunity of getting your own back on everybody who's been criticising you for having a bit of trouble and, so they say, a bit overweight.
Well, you're open to criticism when you're in this kind of job, so I've just got to accept it, and I'm going to work very hard now on my fitness, and just the best answer is to put it in the book, and I'll just work hard for this winter's tour, and next summer, of course.
Greg, everybody is looking forward. Full tour of Australia here next summer, and let's hope that it will be more kindly treated by the weather.
Yes, we're looking forward to it. I think full tour of England is the tour that all Australian cricketers really looked forward to more than anything else. So, hopefully, God willing and everything else, I might be back again for another tour next year. But I'm playing each season by ear at the moment, so we'll see how we go in the Australian summer next year and worry about April, May next year.
And I think a player who might just accompany was a man who's got the Man of the Match award, Kim Hughes. Well played, Kim.
Thanks very much, Peter. Thank you.
Can you come around a little bit, if you'll excuse me, skipper? Thanks very much indeed. Kim, you are in a wonderful run. You needed a few, and the one-day credentials got you going.
Yes, I was batting like a third grader to start off with, Pete, in the 3-day games, and we were just so lucky in the game. The first Prudential Cup, I nicked one of the first balls off it and got dropped, of all people, by Mike Hendrick. Managed to scratch around for a while and got a 70, and then got a 90, and then, that culminates in this game. So it's amazing how quickly it can change, one way or the other.
Must be a nice feeling to be man of the match, the first Test match you've ever played here.
Yes, that's right. I think the team played really well, and naturally to play as well as I think I've ever played, and in such an important game, I'm pretty rapt, absolutely rapt.
Look forward to seeing you next summer.
Yeah, I'll be here again next summer. I look forward to batting here once again. Thanks very much. Thank you.